start the show.
Bueno, pues no puedo hacer mi show right now, but you know what, I'm hopeful, ya cuando se pase esto, pero sí, estoy un poco agüitado por eso.
Ah, sí, pues se entiende.
Claro.
Se entiende. Pues
¿Cómo han estado ustedes?
Bien, bien, todos bien, tú sabes.
Yeah.
Pero iba a ir a agarrar un raspado, no sé si gustas.
Aquí a la vuelta, claro,
aquí a la vuelta,
¿cómo no? Gracias. Gracias, buen día.
Oye, igualmente.
Finding out that till I die, I'll fight an uphill battle.
estamos con Caxo. ¿Qué tal, carnal?
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
Pues nada, sabemos bien que eres el bataca. You're the drummer for Aztlan Underground.
No,
but,
go ahead, it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. But
Thank you.
let's talk a little bit about your trajectory, the different bands you played in. You were 13 when you started roading for your brothers, huh?
Yeah, I was. I mean, my brothers used to play in bands when I was a kid, and you know, I mean, my mom wouldn't let them go out and do shows, backyard shows, unless they took me.
Oh wow!
So they were, you know, they were like,
so
they were like 15, 16, and I was 12, 11,
wow.
12, 13. So I got a chance to see like really cool like backyard shows when I was a kid, which was
nice.
I'm guessing like 82, 83,
Wow.
something like that.
That's awesome. Yeah. And tell us about some of the other bands that were in early on, because Atrocity, you mentioned Atrocity was one of the first bands. It was a metal band, right?
Yeah, there were. It was a band me and my friend Thomas Cho started when we were kids. We're, I don't know, like 13, 14. You know,
you were on drums?
Yeah, I was on drums and he was guitar, like kind of wannabe, you know. He lived down the hill from my house, and you know, we both didn't know how to play that well, but we just started learning together. We were best friends. We just,
nice.
You know, we'd like hang out during the day and then just, you know, and learn. But that was actually the most. That was a time when I really like would concentrate and really like hone my craft. Like, you know, at that age you have all the time in the world.
Yes, you do.
So, you know, we just.
And now again, it seems like we have a lot of time alone with the COVID.
Now we do, yeah. It's true.
So during the late 80s, mid to late 80s and early 90s, even up to 1994, you were in Chronic Atrocity and then Tezacrifico, which was a punk metal band. That was from 93 to 2002. Tell us a little bit about Tezacrifico, and then we'll move on through Kontraattaque.
Okay, yeah, Tezacrifico was like you know, it was funny because like a day or two after Chronic Atrocity ended, like, you know, around 93, 94, you know, me and now my best friend, you know, Caesar, we just, you know, we put together another band, you know, with Raul Lima and Aldo Gonzalez, another group called Interlock. Yeah, that, you know, that was Boyle Heights hardcore scene. So we were a little more like on the metal thing, and they were more like on the hardcore scene, and we meshed it together, and we created like a different sound, you know.
And on this band you were drumming as well, or you were also playing other instruments?
No, on Chronic Atrocity I was drumming, and it was more like, you know, more for fun, yeah. So I played guitar. I played guitar in Tezacrifico, which is, you know, really refreshing for me.
And also you self-taught, right?
Yeah, you know,
both, everything self-taught with drumming and guitar.
Yeah. Like Cheech says, and I only know 3 chords.
That's all you need, man. Even 1 chord or 2.
Yeah, you know, whatever like gets the expression out, you know. So
and then after that, you were also with Subsistencia from 98 to 2002.
Yeah.
And Cara de Putazos, that's another band. During this time, there was a lot of bands in the 90s. I remember backyard parties and also like cultural parties, you know. Like, I remember seeing you guys at this place in City Terrace. It was like a cultural cafe kind of thing.
Koyoshaki Plaza.
Yeah. Also, that's the decade that a lot of Chicanos in Latin America as well were gaining more. They were embracing their roots, especially their elders and their pre-Spanish roots. You know, Mesoamerica. When did you start getting consciousness of that?
I think like somewhere during the Chronic Atrocity days. But Tezacrifico, more than anything, was the band where we just like, you know, we were the guys in the band. They were just like we would dialogue about that, you know, and that was kind of, even though it wasn't like a serious band where it was like, oh, we're gonna go like, you know, sell records and do this and that. It was like, you know what, like, you know, fuck the system, you know. Let's take those ideas and, you know, shed light on you know, like those ideas and stuff in backyards, you know, like Aztlan Underground, groups like that. There was a few groups like that, like Quinto Sol, Aztlan Underground, and Quetzal. They were doing it like in the universities, in the community centers, and things like that.
Some cafes.
Yeah, and cafes and things like that. But the Tezacrifico was like, you know, we weren't really part of that. We were just like, that's, you know, backyards. You know, that's what we know. Yeah. That's what we communicate with.
Wow. Who were some of the other bands during those times?
Let's see. Misled. There was a band called Misled.
How about Union 13? Did you guys ever play with them?
We did, yeah.
Because that was one of the ones that got signed.
Yeah, they got signed to Aftershock Records. They had a cool.
How about did you ever play with other bands like Slow Rider?
Slow Rider, yeah. We played with Slow Rider. Then we started. We got invited to do some community
shows.
Yeah, some shows for community centers, and that's when we started playing with Aztlan Underground and Rice and Beans, like you're saying earlier. And
Sabor Factory,
Sabor Factory, yeah, all those.
And Yeska.
Yeah. And
that was Fredo's band.
Right.
Remember him?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
He's still going strong.
And you know, yeah. Exactly.
Hey, how about the project you did called Fronterrorizmo in 2000, I think, right?
Yeah, Fronterrorizmo was, you know, like
in Tijuana or here?
No, it was here in LA. Yeah,
But the name of it has like the frontera and terrorism.
Yeah, it's like terrorism in the borders.
In the border,
you know? Yeah, like Fronterrorizmo.
Yeah, but that could be like anywhere too. Now it's a strong mashup of words because
wish we would have done more stuff.
There's like terrorism happening to our people. Look at in the news right now with displacement of people in El Sereno. How about Iconoclast? I mean, Yault and tell me how you met Yault and how you got into his Iconoclast band. Aren't they more like kind of social political?
Yeah, they're like
anarcho-punk or?
They're just free thinking ideas, you know. Yeah,
because they played at the reason I mentioned it because I know they played at the Anarchy Book Fest up north, huh?
Yeah, they really
And I love their logo. Their logo is like a dove, like a peace dove, but instead of carrying the peace branch, it's got a bomb.
And they're breaking it, you know. Yaut
Asawa. In fact, let's mention the new project that you have working with him and members of El Boo, members of Quinto Sol.
Huehuetlatolli.
Huehuetlatolli. What does it mean?
Yeah, it means words of the elders, wise words of the elders.
Wise words of the elders.
Yeah.
Wow, great name.
So Iconoclast. Yaut invited me to play, and you know, with him to play drums. Yeah, and it was an honor, you know.
Yeah.
So Subsistencia too. I was invited by. It was already a group that we had played, you know, within the DIY hardcore scene and
Boyle Heights
with Kontraattaque,
and South Central too.
In Long Beach too. That was a really cool, small little venue that it's called the PCH Club, and groups like Los Crudos played there.
From Chicago.
Yeah, from Chicago.
They're famous for the 90s.
Red and Circuits. Yeah, just you know, like a lot of really amazing stuff. And I was invited into that scene, you know, with some of the guys in Kontraattaque, and you know they you know, so yeah, a lot of those bands I was invited to play with them and stuff. But
you know what? I was gonna go ahead. Finish your fact.
Yeah, Huehuetlatolli, yeah, right. It's I guess a current project where
Huehuetlatolli.
Yeah.
Look out for them, ladies and gentlemen. Members of El Boo, members of Aztlan Underground, Yaut, and Caxo.
Yeah, these
and
guys,
members of Quinto Sol.
Yes, as well.
And I think Yaut's son as well, huh? He's helping you.
Yaut's son put the beats together, put the music, and I mean, and Yaut and Victory.
Yeah.
They had the idea, and little Yaut too, to like just get different MCs from the groups that we have played with before that. We've always had each other's backs, like
nice, yeah.
So and they invited me. I was blessed to, I'm the only one that's not really like an MC, so like I have to, like
but you know what, you also
best to,
you too MC. Well, in hip hop is MC is the one that comes up with the lyrics and the rap and the rhymes. But really, an MC is master of ceremonies, so it could be. I'm an MC myself.
You are.
A rapper.
You are.
Yeah. But awesome. You know what? I was gonna say, Caxo, I love your work, and also the fact that you guys also do a lot of community work, like with the American Indian movement. Like the gig we saw with you guys do over there. So, like for you guys with Aztlan Underground, the gigs they seem more like a ritual, like a like an offering, right? Your gigs are. Aquí seguimos con Caxo de Aztlan Underground, también AKA Aztlan Anahuac. Caxo, un placer de nuevo, carnal. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, Humberto. Gracias.
Oye, gracias
por tomar el tiempo.
Igualmente.
A Memo también.
También al cameraman Memo. Gracias, Memo. Oye,
Raspaditos.
Háblanos, ya hablamos un poco de tu principio, de una de las bandas que subiste en los 80s y 90s. Háblanos ahora de un proyecto que se llama Entre Chanclazos y Borracheras, que es un DIY project de los 90 tuyo, que tú has rescatado para compartirlo con amigos y familia y toda la gente que le interese. Sí. ¿Cuántas canciones son? Y háblanos un poco. Tú haces toda la producción, ¿verdad?
Sí, pues las canciones, sí, más o menos. Y unos amigos me ayudaron un poquito, pero un amigo, César Mejía, lo grabó.
Yeah, switch it up. Feel free to switch it up to English as well. Tell us about that project. I know it's very personal, very, but you wanted to rescue it and bring it out, ¿verdad?
Yeah,
it was important for you.
Yeah, it's just. It was stuff I did for myself, and just it was medicine for myself.
Yes.
Stuff that like I did that I was never thinking of really releasing. And I recorded them, some of them on boombox, some of them just to hang out with my friend Caesar, and then they just got put away, and like for a couple of decades,
Wow.
And so and then just during this whole COVID thing, like I was like, wow, well, I'm gonna get a chance to hang out at home. So I started organizing all my files, and then I find them all. I'm like, shit, why don't I just share them with friends and family, So that's what I did. I put them together, put them all together, made a little logo, and I thought.
And they're already available on digital platforms, or I put them on YouTube, and I shared them with friends. We want to also give a shout out to our colleague from Mexico, Anaya.
Or Benjamin Anaya.
And he did a Zoom,
like a podcast Zoom thing.
Zoom interview.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Gracias, Benjamin. And he's an expert on protest music, right?
He's just, he's
música de las 90s o de la resistencia
he's just been resisting since he was a kid.
Since he was a kid.
And he just like he
put out a book called
Música
Rebeldía.
Rebeldía, yeah.
Oh wow.
And he's just He's an amazing like songwriter and
intellectual too.
Yeah, intellectual too. Like
for the people.
Exactly.
Very
So he has his own. He has his own podcast. I'll put it. I'll write it on here. Yeah. So you guys can go to it.
Now, tell us a little bit about a couple of the songs. Tell us what their name are and
wow.
Style.
So they're all different. They're all like different types of styles, different types of music. Because I've learned now not to like stay in one, pigeonhole like one, like just like books, one day you read a comic book, another day you read a drama, a dramatic book, they're all different emotions, so I mean, some are just an acoustic song, and other ones are like digital hardcore, and some of them are like punk and just like a different whatever emotion you're feeling, and some of them don't even have a name.
Let's touch a little bit about the one that you shared with me earlier that you did a video to, in which you did it with him, huh?
Yeah, Memo filmed it actually.
Memo. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. I know it was shot on Cesar Chavez and Soto, very iconographic fucking corner in Boyle Heights, LA. Why there?
Well, Chavez, Brooklyn Avenue.
Chavez.
Chavez and Soto, like that's where a lot of times, like a lot of preachers from a lot of La Luces.
Oh, nice. A lot of preachers they do that on Sundays or Saturdays, but
they bring out the good book and
so
they start
kind of like on that,
So we kind of made a character who talks about social change, environmental change, but we dressed him like one of them, like one of those preachers, like trying to say like, instead of preaching to the choir, go out into into a corner and talk about social change, talk about, and that's kind of like what the video's about.
What song is that for?
It's called Chokehold Submission.
Chokehold Submission.
Yeah.
Kind of what the cops do on people.
Yeah, that's what it's about, like submissing you, with a chokehold. Until you don't have a choice.
That reminds me. You also did, with Aztlan Underground, you also did a new single or a new song in homage of Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How important was that for you guys to do? To be in solidarity with them and also the American Indian movement?
Yeah.
Really, everyone, huh? All the people that have been oppressed.
Yeah, I mean, it's oppressed people, poor people, people that aren't in the top 1%, that the ones the working class,
working class,
they need to keep us in fear, whether we're of African descent, whether we're of native indigenous descent, whether even Anglos, people of European descent, that if you're marginalized, if you're oppressed, they're gonna go after you. They're gonna, and spit drugs into your communities. They're gonna put weapons into your community. They're gonna, and that's
other
what
ugly tactics of divide and conquer.
Yeah, so that's pretty much, that's but the Black Lives Matter movement, we all decided to go into with one banner, and
to galvanize the whole.
Yeah, and it showed the fear in the with defund the police, It showed that.
Oh yeah, they know that we got the power.
Yeah, so after a while they were just like, whoa, like okay. So it just showed a small glimpse of what could what our futures could mean, a better tomorrow.
Caxo, tell us also about the new project you have. Hopefully you get to also do it during the COVID or after that you're mentioning to us.
Deactivate the Bombies.
Deactivate the Bombies.
Deactivate the Bombies.
It's like a play on word, like on bombs and zombies. No, or babies. Or
no,
bombies.
It sounds like it.
It sounds kind of playful, but it's a serious pedal, yeah.
Bombies are cluster bombs.
Oh.
And during the Vietnam War, they would send B-52 bombers over Cambodia and Laos.
Wow.
And into Vietnam, and they would just throw these cluster bombs. And it was one big cell, and it would open, and then all these like thousands of and so they would land, you know, on the floor, and people would step on them later in mines. They would blow up. So anyway, so they would constantly bomb Vietnam, and on their way back to the bases, to the U.S. bases, they still had all these cluster bombs. So what they did was they would just get rid of them in Laos and in Cambodia, and those countries had nothing to do with the war, you know. But now to this day, even since the 60s up till now, like there's cluster bombs all over the ground, you know. People, you never know if you're gonna lose a limb, you know.
So is this this is a musical project with yourself and who else?
Just me.
Oh, just you?
Just me, yeah.
Acoustic or electric?
No, electric. It's like a hardcore kind of,
All right.
But it's to raise awareness.
Awareness, yeah.
You know, more than money, because I mean, we're, you know, whatever proceeds come from the sales of records. I'm probably going to do records, like 7-inch records.
7-inch, yeah, because vinyl is very popular again.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, exactly. So whatever sales go from there are going to go to help, because I think it takes like it's like $3 or $5 to deactivate a bombie, you know. So like,
how do they find them?
Somebody just like locates them, and people, and then they call in a bomb squad, and so they go and they deactivate it.
Nice.
From a distance, you know, they blow it up.
Ills of the past U.S. administration.
There's only one way to, you know, you could just blow them up.
Hey, Caxo, if people want to get a hold of you or watch some of this on YouTube, how do people get a hold of you? Throughout Aztlan Underground, or?
That's a good question. I don't really have a lot of social media.
Of working on that.
Yeah, but I'll work on that. I'll put it on like in the link below. Or something. I'll put it together.
All right, bro. Well, I hope this helps, and definitely after the Corona is, you know, after we were able to do live shows, let's do another one.
For sure, man. That would be cool.
Thank you so much for that. Raspados, and giving some hope back to me.
Thank you.
And I want to thank our cameraman here. Gracias, carnal.